Good morning, everybody. I am in a bit of a backlog with my videos this week, heading off on holiday on the weekend. So I've been doing 3 videos in a row. Apologies for that, but I am trying to catch up as much as possible. We are talking this week about the China Incorporation Blueprint. These videos are really geared to those of you that are looking to establish an entity in China and are trying to make a headway about what you need to do and what decisions have to be made. When working with certain corporate service providers, they'll make the decisions on your behalf, which for me is wrong. It's a wrong ethic. They will just pinpoint and tell you what to do. I disagree with that. There has to be analysis going behind these 9 key decisions that have to be made prior to establishing the entity in China. All right. In the first 2 videos, we were looking at milestone 1, which is structure, right? What types of entities exist? What type of entity suits you? What business scope do you need now and in the long term? What's going to be your investment capital? Have you done a budget? Do you know how to remain cash flow positive throughout your startup phase? And how is that going to link with the term of validity of your entity in China? Then we were looking at milestone 2, which was people, right? Who's going to be the shareholder in your structure? Who's going to be the people physically appointed within the corporate management roles that are required when establishing your entity? And now I want to look at location, okay? And in location, one of the main decisions we have to think about is the company name. And you might be thinking, how is that connected? Well, it's because in China, the company name states your location. So my company is established in Shanghai. In my company name, it's Woodburn Management Consulting Shanghai Company Limited. So that's why I've put it under location, because name is critical. And under name, you have to think of 3 things: your trademark name, your domain name, and your company name. And in many instances, these 3 things will not match because the government authorities pertaining to these 3 are not unified. So it is important to think about your Chinese name. It's important to know what image you want to generate with that Chinese name. And with that Chinese name, what industry and sector are you going into, which relates to the business scope, which is action decision number 1. Because in our name, it's management consulting. It might be technical service, engineering, production of XYZ. So that has to go in the name. Then you've got the location, and then you've got company limited. So the name is critical. You've got to make a decision on whether you're going to have separate names for the trademark, domain, company name. Ideally, you want the same name for all. The question is it available in the city that you're looking to establish in? If you run into any issues, don't forget that when you're creating your Chinese name, we don't offer this, but there are a lot of media agencies out there who can help you to generate very interesting, lucky Chinese names, and checks can be done to see whether they're available for the trademark, for the domain, and then for the company name registration. So think about that in terms of an action of approaching these media agencies for that advice. I hope this has helped. If you guys have any questions regarding creating your company name, how to get that applied for, etc., don't hesitate to reach out. My email address will be in the comments section. Have a fantastic weekend, and I look forward to finishing off this series of videos on the China Incorporation Blueprint next week. Take care and goodbye.